Real, manga de sheni Abrabɔ hunyafo ya mo wonchirichiri ni mengen. Yama mu nyina trase mama ba reba Abrabɔ Fapempong dwumadi so. Dwumadi ne bota nyina ne se ebebo okrate asefo biara watu ne ho asi ho. So be ma no kware trodo ni odokan afa ne nomum. O akwanuasa ahoro nyira so. Meding de Fapempong ene yenya yenua berema ba ko a ofi America mem o ye Ghana ni emom ofi America mem oye osre ni omanga de ye dan ye ho ba ye ne Captain Abugah na ereba hwetwe nkomo na nso ansana no besra mo se me wonu ama be ye enum bi a me pese mo ye ma me brofo kasem ebeke se eye like, comment, share, subscribe and hit the notification button. Edamas. Anyway, omanga de she yamamu nyina kwaba na senior American achire mu no ene ye ne mia menu apanyen ba ko mene ne share Abrabɔ ase ache kakra ne dinga ne Captain Abugah American prempren oye captain ankasa ewo US Army mu Captain Emo akwaba.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
thank you.
Anyway, Oma de sebesre we say ne ono no brofo ene kasa horo a oka no mse twi ye ne den kakra. Me so kasa metia ne twi nti me limitations doso. Ebe pray o ha say betima ka brofo ni bia. Captain, you are welcome once again.
Thank you, my young brother.
You are Captain Abugah.
Yes, Captain Abugah.
What does Abugah means? Yeah.
Well, the Abugah is
Abugah, rather.
Yeah, Abugah.
Okay.
It's a name from the Upper East, specifically Paga.
Okay.
Yeah. So Abugah simply means infinity.
Wow. The Yahaya too, can you take us through some more?
Oh, yeah, that is my, Islamic name, you know. So, similar to what is in the Bible, John the Baptist.
Okay.
That is, John is Yahya. And so when you look at my social media name, you see that I put John there. Yes. That means Yahya. That is, you know, I didn't deviate that much.
Okay, that's
you understand? Good. Yeah.
And then the Musa?
Oh, Musa is Moses.
Wow.
Yeah, Musa is Moses. Yes, exactly. So Musa in Islamic world is the same as Moses in the Bible.
This I have put you on the spot.
Yeah, so I have two prophets named, matter of fact.
Wow.
Yes.
That makes you a bigger prophet.
I mean, kind of.
Anyway, how do you describe yourself? Who are you in your own words?
So, in my own words, describing myself, I'm a very simple, you know, young guy, you know, very humble, coming from a humble family or from a humble beginning, you understand? And I'm still very humble, you know, irrespective of where I find myself today, you know, as I believe that humility is what it takes to get where you want to be, you understand? And anyone who knows me or interacted with me knows that, hey, this guy is outgoing.
Sure.
You know, you can get in touch with me at any time, any point in time, you understand? I'm ready to, you know, mingle, talk with you and things like that. I don't shun people's, you know, I don't look at it and say, oh, you know, maybe I am here and you are down there. And no, that is not me.
You are a human being.
Exactly. We are equal before anything. You understand?
That's good.
Yeah.
So lovely. So deep.
Thank you.
Can you give us some short background of your parents or
so
maybe family background?
Yeah, so my dad is, you know, Musa Abugah. He's from Paga actually, and my mom is from Tempani district. Okay, this is in the Upper East region.
Okay.
Yeah, so. But I was born in the Tempani district too, where my mother hails from, because that's where my grandparents settled at, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and so I'm actually half Katsina, because the Paga peoples are called Katsinas or the Gurinsis.
Okay.
And then my mom is a Kusasi, and so, you know, half Katsina, half Kusasi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is
me.
I
guess they are farmers. They were farmers.
Oh, my parents, yeah, they were peasant farmers. Yeah.
How did you begin life in Ghana? I mean, taking us back to your infancy.
Yeah. So, like I said, I was born in the Timpani district, in the Upper East. Of course, I started school there in the village. Everybody knows this is a typical village. This is not like a village in Accra or somewhere. This is a village that we are talking about. One teacher teaching primary 1 to 6. One teacher, because nobody wants to be in that village, and that tells you a lot. So, I was schooling at the same time, helping my parents with their farming activities to following animals, especially cattle. Until 97, of course, I have my uncle. That is my father's younger brother. He is Peter Abugah. So, he is well educated. So he understands education. He knows that me being in the village is going to be difficult to progress with my education. So in 97, he decided to bring me to Ashama to stay with him, with his family, whilst he put me in school. So, from there, I did my primary school in Ashama here, junior high. Then I proceeded to Ashama High School, understand?
As an Ashama Senior High School?
Yeah, as a student in Ashama Senior High School. So after graduating from Ashama Senior High School in 2004, of course, 2005, I got admission into the University for Development Studies in Tamale, Nyankpala campus specifically, to pursue agriculture science. And then after graduating, I decided to come back to Ashama High School to do my national service.
By then it was secondary school. At the time you were schooling there.
Yeah, yes.
Ashama Secondary School.
It was Ashama Secondary. I shall say, great. I shall say, matter of fact,
what is the motto? Is it modernization?
Modernization calls for change. And then the old students also have they say integrity. Then you say, our goal.
Wow.
Yeah.
So integrity.
Yeah, our goal.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, let's continue from there.
Yes. So came back to Ashama High School, did my national service teaching. That was 2010, 2011 academic year. And so during my service too, of course, this is Ghana. Whilst you are doing your service, you have to start putting applications for jobs.
Yes.
And whilst I was doing that, at the same time, I was taking the opportunity to work with the Electoral Commission, usually when they have, those type of exercise. So I did that with the Electoral Commission. I did some with National Identification Authority. And then I was also involved in the population and housing census. I was a supervisor. All this in Ashama Municipal. And then until September of 2011, I have the opportunity to travel to the United States.
Wow.
Yeah.
2011.
2011, September.
Hey, now you've been there for long.
Yeah, 10 years solid right now. Yes.
That's good.
Time flies.
Omangadeshi, your best friend, na dang ye home, Britia Bim, Eba, Niaka Chinedos. Ewe Omangadeshi, your mamuna kwa bebu, Abrabɔ Fapempong Medicine. Yeni Berma, Captain Abugah, and a reputation commander, Captain, Erika US Army, a captain. Rapeni. How did you envision your future in your childhood days?
Oh, so in my childhood, if I want to go, a little bit back to when I was in the village, again, growing up in the village, even though I was going to school, you understand, but the farming and then the rearing of the cattle was small. And so if I want to envision back, right, to those days, I would say that my opportunities were very limited. I didn't see any potentials in progressing in terms of my education career. But then once my uncle brought me to Ashama to be with him, because like I said, he is a well-educated person. I know he wouldn't play with education. And that is, he was what?
Rich.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't say he's rich, but he was okay.
Okay.
You understand? Someone said you don't need to be rich. As long as there is problem and you are able to solve it, then you are rich.
You are rich.
Yes,
I mean,
you know, and I can say that for my uncle, that was the kind of person he is, right?
okay.
So yeah, once I came to him, I knew that my future is definitely looking bright. Yes, yes.
Was there a specific goal or mission that made you travel outside Ghana?
Oh, you know, once again, we are in Ghana. You understand? I have completed university 2009. Finished my service. You know, whilst in the process of doing my service, applying for jobs were not forthcoming, and so once the opportunity comes to travel outside the country and also try my luck over there, I mean, I'm not going to, you know, even think twice about it. You understand? Yeah. So I have to just take it, and I think I chose the right decision. I made the right decision for deciding to travel.
Upon your arrival there, were there some events whatsoever that or experiences you went through that you don't mind sharing with some of us?
Oh, experiences like you're talking about?
Positive or negative? How was the place like?
I haven't actually experienced any negative experiences, you know. Once I got there, the first job I started doing was I went into teaching, you know.
You went to teach the whites?
Oh yeah, I taught in the US for three solid years.
Wow.
Yeah.
At what level?
I taught, so, you know, in the US they go with grade system. So when they say first grade, that means primary 1 or P1. Then 8th grade means you are like final year in JSS, that JSS 3, right? So I taught 8th graders for 2 years in Maryland, state of Maryland, specifically Prince George's County. Okay, and then I moved to New Mexico where I taught the 9th graders and the 11th graders. And I was teaching science, you know, chemistry and biology to be specific.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what I was doing until I decided to join the armed forces.
Were there some specific courses you took that qualified?
Yeah, definitely, because so I went to the US. I have a degree already, and of course I have a Bachelor of Science degree, which there are a lot of Bachelor of Science is no different from pure science, you understand, apart from when you come to pure science, dissecting and all that stuff, right? And so once I got to the US and I told myself I wanted to start teaching, you know. I got some course recommendations to take in the college. You have to have like special education classes, right? You have to take a reading class and all that. You have to take child adolescent classes. So I got enrolled into those programs and I completed them. Then I got my teaching certification to teach.
Was there a specific experience, event, something that consciously or unconsciously prepared you for the army?
Oh, that. When I was in the university in Ghana here, that is UDS, Nyampala campus, I was member of the Air Force Cadet. Yeah, so every Saturday we will meet and do our own thing, right? We will do our own marching, or making our noises, singing and what have you. Sometimes we go to Bawa Barracks, you know, some Saturdays, do some physical exercise with the Air Force officials over there. And so, I mean, that wasn't much, and I didn't see myself, you know, ending up into the military, but I think in a way that has given me a little bit preparation if you like, yeah.
How did you enter the military? Was it through recommendation? Was it through handpicking?
So U.S. military, totally different from the way we do things over there, different from the way things are done here in Ghana, right? So if you are in the U.S., as long as you have what we call the green card, or if you're a permanent resident, right? That is the minimum you need to have, right, in order to walk to a recruiter and tell the recruiter that I want to be recruited into the United States Armed Forces. You understand? You don't need to know anybody. You don't need to
Buy forms.
No. You don't buy anything. You don't pay a dime. When I say you don't pay a dime, you trust me because I have passed through.
I know.
You understand? I walked myself to the recruiter. Captain Abugah today, I walked myself to the recruiter, and I told the recruiter that I want to serve in the U.S. Army. You understand? This was 2014. So I've been serving in the U.S. Army for 7 years now. I joined in 2014. I was 30 by then. And again, this is U.S. Age-wise, it's not like in Ghana, whereby I think you have to be between 18 to 25 or so. And I was 30 when I joined, So I just went and talked to them, and they're like, okay, if you have permanent residence card, then we can start the process and then go from there. Whatever the other process will be, we'll continue with it.
Okay, so during the training and the medical examination and all those things, roughly how many were you?
Oh, so United States Armed Forces, we recruit every day.
Every day?
Every day we recruit.
So there's not a specific...
We don't even have season for anything. The recruitment office is an office open
to everybody.
To everybody every day. The recruiter is there. Every day the recruiter is open. He has his time, and it's everywhere across the U.S. It's not just one location. Anywhere you find yourself, there will be a recruiting office. And you just walk there. All the service of branches are there. You have the Army, you have the Air Force, you have the Marine, you have the Coast Guard, right? You have the Navy. So you walk to the one that you want to serve with, and then you talk to them and you start the process. And so, like I said, it's every day. Once you come, and you have the basic requirement, they process you, then they will say, okay, we will schedule you for medicals. My recruiter came to my house, my apartment, to pick me to medicals. He came with the government vehicle to pick me from my apartment to the what we call the MEPS. So the MEPS is where you undertake your medicals and then the test. We have a test called the ASVAB. That's where you take the test to on the computer and stuff like that. So he came, picked me there. I even slept in the hotel. They paid everything. And then the following morning, then the doctor has to see me, physically examine me, make sure I'm physically fit. I don't have any underlying ailment, because it's physical activities, you understand? Especially when you go to battle and someone is down, you should be able to help in, picking the person and all that kind of stuff. But within a month, I was ready to, everything was ready, and I'm ready to go for training.
So assuming you were 40, do you think they would have still...
So if I was 40, so we also have the National Guard. If I was 40, I will not be active duty like today, but yes, I can join the National Guard. So the National Guard, you go through the same training like active duties do, you understand? But the only difference is once you come back as National Guard, you work for the state. You are only working for the state. And you have your civilian job, you understand? You have your civilian job, but at the same time, let's say for instance, if there is natural disaster, okay, and the state need help, then you, the National Guard, they will activate you to active duty.
Na yasanga betraso yene Captain Abugah na eretwetwe nkomo Abrabɔ Fapempong dwumede so. Ewe o manga de hie ma munyina kwa ba bi o reba Abrabɔ Fapempong dwumede so. Then you are Captain Abugah and electrician command or a Ghana near or a Juma or US Army. And on the rich any experiences and Usian Hua Wafim. Captain.
My brother.
Congratulations once again.
Oh, thank you very much.
Anyway, so what are some of the ranks you went through before qualifying for the captain position?
Right, that's a good question. So I enlisted into the U.S. Army, and the rank I started with, if you want to equate it to that of Ghana, it's called the corporal.
Okay.
So I started as a corporal, okay, and that one. So with the military too, we have the enlisted side, and then we have what we call the officers.
Okay.
So you know, a layman, someone who doesn't know that, even with the police service, if you see anybody, oh, officer, it's not everybody who is officer. Just because you're in uniform does not actually just make you an officer, but you have an officer, and then you actually have someone who is an enlisted. Everybody have their line, right? So as enlisted, you have where you climb up to, and then as an officer too. Officers generally you give directives and you give command. You understand? And you are the brain behind every planning and operations that comes up, right? So you come up with the plans, and then the enlisted they help to execute it. They actually do the work. You get it? Yeah. So I started as an enlisted soldier, you know, a corporal. And so I did that for 2 years, and I felt like this is something that I actually want to do. And so I put in a package to go to officer candidate school to be commissioned as an officer in the United States Armed Forces. And so once I put my package together, my superiors too, you know, oh, they looked at me and like, oh, you know, we know you are a hardworking gentleman, and so yes, we don't mind recommending you to be an officer. And so all my supervisors just gave me the massive endorsement. Right from, I was a corporal, you know, so my captain to my lieutenant colonel, they both endorsed me massively. And then when I went to the board to meet the panel, they also, after interviewing me, they also endorsed me. And so I got accepted into the officer candidate school. Then I got commissioned in April 2017 as a second lieutenant. And 18 months down the line, I got promoted to first lieutenant. And then after 2 years, which was just last year, April. No, it's this year, honestly. This year, April, is when I got promoted to captain.
Captain.
Yes.
Anyway, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
What are your roles, general roles as a captain?
Yeah, so
U.S. Army.
A lot, right? A lot. But like you said, I won't go into details. Sure. But I'll just tell you, I work with a major, and so the major is pretty much my boss. So I work like I'm the chief planner for him. Okay, I'm the chief planner. So if there is any exercises, any training, right? If we are deploying, so the whole of my section, I am in charge of making all the preparation, right? Making sure that all our equipments are on good status, and we are ready to go and execute that training, that exercise, or that mission. You understand? So basically, I'm a chief planner, you know. Okay. Plan and then execute whatever plan that we intend to do. So in short, I think I'll leave it there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. what are the virtues or principles that have served as a great pillar in your life that you wish every child in Africa was trained with?
Yeah, I think most important thing we don't have to forget about, of course, you have to be humble. You have to be very, like, an honest young guy or young man out there. People to be able to trust you 100%. I'm telling you. If people cannot trust you, you can't even go any far. No one will recommend you for anything. You understand? As you are climbing the ladder up there, don't undermine those below you at all. When you see them, you mingle with them and all that, you know. So integrity is another one. You know, you must have integrity. Just do things the right way and don't try to compromise in anything, especially when it comes to the U.S. Army. Honesty, me being an officer in the United States Armed Forces, you cannot lie. If you lie to me, then that you can even end your career for lying to a commissioned officer. Because a commissioned officer, that means is the president of the United States. He has commissioned you.
Sure.
Yes. And so pretty much you are representing him. And so if you lie to a commissioned officer, then you have lied to the president of the United States.
The highest authority of the land.
The highest authority of the land. So you don't want to do that. Understand? So integrity, you know, humility, and all those stuff is what is setting me up for success.
That's great.
Yeah.
And these are priceless gifts for every Ghanaian.
Right. True.
Anyway, have you experienced a kind of a failure at some point in your time before?
Everyone encounters that, you know, one way or the other in their life. Okay. I don't know what I can remember for that, you know, but I can just say, you know, when I completed high school, maybe, I'm not going to say it's a failure, but maybe the grade that I was actually looking to obtain, you know, even though I obtained good grades, but of course, I was hoping to do better than that, you understand? And so when I look at my grade and I'm like, this is not me, Charlie, because I used to score A's and all this category, but...
So you were an A student?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, you know, but yeah. But when the SSCE came, you know, I mean, I had some A's, but I feel like I could have done way better, but yeah. But other than that, I can't pinpoint like...
Any great failure?
Yeah, any big failure so far.
So you have a different mindset. You never fail.
Oh, failure is there, but even in the military, we believe in when someone fails and so you give them the second opportunity to make up for the failure, you know, because we have a lot of schools that we attend, and so if they give you opportunity to attend this school and you fail, they give you another opportunity. They don't just say, okay, you failed, come back. They give you a second opportunity, but I just haven't been in that category, you know, yet, and I hope not.
Okay. What's your message to anyone who thinks that they can only prosper upon traveling outside Ghana, and that if they live in Ghana or Africa, there's no way they can prosper in life?
Yeah, man. Well, a lot of people travel outside the country. They prosper. Some people too, there's so many people in the country too who have also prospered, right? And there are people who are also outside there and struggling, okay? And you have to even support them, you understand? Because you look at your situation, you are like, no, you are way in a better position, and their position is not good at all. But again, it's you know, Africans, if you want to advise a person that, look, your situation is not good, do you want to go back to Ghana or Africa? Then you become their enemy because they won't understand you. They'll be like, oh, I'm here and what you suggest is me going back. But you see that nothing good is coming out, right? They always want to rely on you and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, again, there's so many people in this country who are actually making it. I just think you just, if whatever you are doing, just be honest with it. Then try to use dubious means to, create your wealth. That's all. When you pray to God to give you good riches, not just riches.
Yes.
It's not every riches that you want to. I'm telling you. You pray for good riches. Your source of income everybody must know that this is where you make your money from. Yes.
Sure. Based on your experience and all that, let me give you about some few lists of your perception about them, like in terms of leadership.
Right.
What will you say about leadership in general? Some of the qualities or principles that make a good leadership?
Everybody is a leader in one way or the other, especially if you're a family man. I'm a captain. Automatically, I'm a leader. There's no doubt about that. You understand? So, with the work with the role that I'm assigned right now, my overall boss, who is a Lieutenant Colonel, he can say, hey, Captain Abugah, tomorrow, or when you return from your vacation from Africa, I want you to be the commander of this troop. Now, once I'm the commander of the troop, or even now with what I do, as a leader, I'm supposed to be taking care of people. Now, leadership, in short, is about service. You understand? It's about service. You serve the people. You listen to what the people's concerns are, and then you try to address it. That is leadership to me. And that is what I do, or that is what we in the U.S. Army do as leaders. Every commissioned officer automatically is a leader because you have followers. You have a lot of soldiers. Even when I was a first lieutenant, I was a platoon commander. And I was deployed to the Middle East. You understand? And I have to give instruction to over 60 soldiers. Do this, do that, don't go here. And you have to follow exactly that. Because I know the reason why. Because I am the commander. So I do my recon, right? I walk around, do my surveillance, and I know that you can go here, you cannot go here, and stuff like that.
What was guiding you throughout your surveillance?
Even before you get your promotions, me getting promoted from second lieutenant to first and then to captain, that is what your commander usually want to see. How tactical are you? You understand? And especially the tactical. The tactical is, if there is enemy over there, how can you maneuver to go and take out the enemy without the enemy seeing you or detecting you? So it's, there is nothing like you, but you just, if the equipments are there, which of course the equipments are there, there's no doubt about that.
And then when it comes to this notion of rich Africa, poor Africans, is there something you say about that?
Africa as a continent,
yes,
is filthy rich with uncountable resources. You understand? But the question is, how are we managing those resources? Every 4 years, Ghanaians go to the poll to vote and elect leaders. But how are they managing the resources? And that is where the problem is. You understand? So unlike developed countries or in the US, even in US they are rich when it comes to oil. They have oil. A lot of people don't know the US have oil. They think, we invade the Middle East just for oil. But US is filthy rich when it comes to oil. A lot of the states have oil.
okay.
But they are all in reserve.
Don't you have any specific message to our leaders?
Our lead. For message, yes, I do. Remember, I was talking about Africa is endowed with a lot of resources. Every 4 years, we elect leaders, right? Everybody cannot be the manager of the resources.
Yes.
Everything is in Ghana here. cocoa, bauxite, gold, what have you, missing them all. But what is those money being used for? What is the government doing about making sure that we have good roads? The roads are even the worst of hospitals. When you are on the road, a taxi picks a patient, and it's like, pom, give me way to take the patient to hospital. Some people will give him way, but others wouldn't, because you are just taxi. But the taxi is carrying the patient. Where are the ambulances? We say every district, we can't have a working ambulance for everybody. Yeah. Every fire station, we cannot have a good working fire truck, so that if there is fire, the fire service will quickly get there. Should the fire service take a taxi to go and put out fire? I mean, they are in the work, right? They are fire officers, but they cannot own that big truck to come and put out fire. You see, so these are some of the things that our leaders should actually be focusing on. But at the end of the day, I mean, I don't see what our leaders are doing with our resources when people are dying left, right, centers. You know, the people who can afford, I can guarantee you, they come to US to give birth, go to Europe to give birth. Why? Because our hospitals are in bad shape. And people who work in the hospitals, most of them, their attitude is bad. So no one wants to go to a hospital to give a birth and then someone is insulting them or even beating them. So if they have the little resources, they want to travel to a different country that they don't even know you, but they will treat you like a human being. You understand? But this is something that leaders must be looking into, which I don't think they are. So maybe we'll get there, but when? I don't know.
Captain, are there some unsung heroes or heroines who have played some major roles in contributing to who you've become today?
Oh yes, I think the biggest person I will mention is my uncle. Yeah, Mr. Peter Abugah. Okay. Of course, he's in Ashama. He's still in his residence. He's retired now. Okay. But yeah, so I would say him specifically, because when he picked me up, the way he was forceful in life, right? The value that he has taught me at home, it has helped me a lot, and I always look up to him. You know, and I think when I travel outside the country, I still try to go with those values, and that's actually helped me. So he's like one of my heroes, honestly, if you ask me.
So what's your advice to the average youth who is looking up to you right now, aside all the advice you've given?
Yeah, well, so the advice I have for the youth is that they should if they are already working hard, they should work harder. Okay, yes, they should. Hard working, it pays off. Hard work pays.
Wouldn't you say all of us should come and follow you and go to US and here?
Oh, not necessarily. You understand? Not necessarily. But you just everybody should be hard working, determined. Okay, and perseverance is another thing. You know, whatever you intend to do, right? Just keep doing it, and you will get to where you want to get to. You know, be honest, be humble. If you make a little money, don't think you are above everyone, right? Yeah, it's not going to help you. You know, if you can help someone, you do. You know, yes.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome, my brother.
Captain Abugah and Abrabɔ Fapempong Jumedi so no. Jumedi ye was surprises and ne pa huru bebre mamo na ne akechi ne doso. Me ding the Fapempong e mamu nyina mo ne hwe ama mo ne tia adesi captain. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, my brother.
That's an ever share be o ma adesi.